Hello, Incredible One. Darnyelle A. Jervey here with your weekly Incredible Factor tip. As you guys know, we just finished the Magnetize Your Marketing Tour. We were in 3 states and cities in 3 days. It was an absolutely exhilarating experience. I'm so blessed for all of the people that we met along the way, many of whom this was their first exposure to me. So I'm really, really excited. This week's tip actually comes from something very pivotal that I shared during the Magnetize Your Marketing Tour. It was so profound, in fact, I wanted to share with you because I know that it'll help you to become a better marketer and to focus specifically on what I like to call client magnetic marketing. And client magnetic marketing basically has 4 components. First and foremost, client magnetic marketing is experiential in nature. And so what it does is it allows you to create an experience for your ideal clients and prospects, one that will make them want to come back to you over and over again. Client magnetic marketing is also focused on educating your ideal clients. Where a lot of entrepreneurs go wrong is they're consistently putting stuff into the marketplace, but the stuff that they're putting into the marketplace is not adding value in the eyes of their ideal client prospects. Client magnetic marketing is also focused on solving a problem. You always hear me talking about the universal law of business, which says to find a group of people who have the problem that you solve that are ready right now to pay for a solution to that problem. So the best marketing is going to be focused on a problem. And last but certainly not least, client magnetic marketing it's emotionally charged. It evokes an emotional response from your ideal clients. Now, where most entrepreneurs go wrong is they're not recognizing the breakdown of the 100% of people who fall into your ideal client category. So within that, there's 3% of your audience that are actually active. They know you exist. They're chomping at the bit every time you introduce something to the market. 7% are open. That means that they know you exist and they're open to the possibilities of what could happen if you could create an experience with them, focus on giving them some education that solves the problem and gives them an emotional response. 30% of this market is they're aware of you for the future. These are the people who have said to you, oh yeah, as soon as I get X, I'll be coming to work with you. They're aware of you for the future, but the problem is not big enough for them right now, so they're not looking to solve it. 30% are unconscious. Unconscious meaning that they don't even know that you really exist. They have no idea that you're out in the market. And then 30% are flat out a no. They do not see you as the solution to their problem, so they're not interested. Now, we've talked about 100%. Now, we're going to eliminate the 3% because they're active. They already know about you. And we're going to eliminate that last 30% because the answer is no. There's 67% of your ideal client audience that you have the ability to capture when you focus on client magnetic marketing. So my tip for you this week is to really focus on honing in on one problem at a time. What I find to be the case that happens a lot of times amongst entrepreneurs is they just want to solve every problem in the first exchange with a client. It's not a good idea, and here's why. When you focus on solving too many problems, first of all, you're not really going to solve a problem if you're trying to do too much. And second of all, you're going to overwhelm your client. An overwhelmed person is just as bad as a confused person because they do nothing. They do not take action, which means that they're not going to provide for you amazing testimonial of how awesome you were and how you changed their life. If you instead shift and begin to only focus on one problem at a time, here's what you can expect. So, and to demonstrate this, I'm going to use my business as an example, just like I did on the tour. So when I was starting Incredible One Enterprises and I knew I wanted to focus on helping service-based entrepreneurs connect an abundance mindset to marketing systems and strategies so that they could attract more clients, make more money, and gain more leverage, the very first problem I wanted to solve for my ideal audience, that 67% that most entrepreneurs are talking to or not talking to in their marketing, as I said, okay, the first problem that this group of people have is clarifying their ideal client. So when I first got started, the only thing I wanted to do was to help them to get crystal clear on who their ideal client was. And so I created a program called the Ideal Client Bootcamp. Once people went through this Ideal Client Bootcamp, they became crystal clear about their ideal clients currently and were ready to really focus in on their marketing on attracting just those people that they deemed to be ideal. Once we solved that problem with the Ideal Client Bootcamp, I went back to the drawing board and I again asked myself, okay, now that they know how to clarify their ideal client, what is the next problem they have that I can help them by solving. And what I realized in talking with them, always survey your ideal clients, as well as assessing in my mind what I thought the logical progression would be, is that now that they knew who their ideal clients were, they had to know how to close the sale. They had to know how to create prices and packages that would be attractive to those ideal clients. They had to learn how to structure their business so that they could maximize exposure, not work hours for dollars. And so I created my second program, which is called Get Paid. It's a one-day intensive where I show the participants how to package, price, and successfully sell their incredible factor because they've already gotten clear on their ideal clients. So by the end of that one day, that problem is completely solved. Then I moved on and thought about the third problem that they would have after they were now clear on their ideal client and they had created packages and prices and they knew how to close the sale. And the third problem was, how could they create authentic and compelling marketing on an ongoing basis from a systematic approach so that they never had to go looking for clients again? The answer to that problem is being solved by my 3-day intensive Client Magnet Marketing Secrets that's coming up in April of 2012. Now, again, the point here is to make sure that you only focus on solving one problem at a time. Now, your ideal client may have 20 problems, and that's great if they have 20 problems, but you can't try to hit all of the problems at one time. You must create a progression of what is the natural progress that they will follow in order to complete the problems. When you do this, this is just one of the many things you need to do to create client magnetic marketing. But when you do this, you focus on one problem at a time and you make sure that it's experiential in nature, it's education based, it's focused on that problem, and it's evoking an emotional response. You're going to get people to respond. In fact, you're going to get that 67% of the people that nobody's talking to respond. So my assignment for you this week is to think about the problem, the very first problem that your ideal clients have. What is that first problem, and how will you create something to solve that problem for them? I want you to also ask yourself, how have you validated that this is the problem? Because another place where entrepreneurs go wrong is they give their clients what they think that they want instead of getting clear about what it is that your ideal clients want. Remember, people are not going to buy just because you're cute or you have some amazing skill set that you have. They're only going to buy when you solve a problem, and more importantly, when you solve one problem at a time. This has been Darnyelle A. Jervey, and I want to remind you that if you like this tip, I want you to make sure you leave me a comment here. Tell me what you liked about it and what you're going to implement in your business. And if you want to make sure that you get these tips each week automatically, I want you to go to IncredibleOneEnterprises.com and sign up for our Incredible Factor e-zine. When you do that, you're going to get your hands on tons of free goodies, one of them being how to use your Incredible Factor to attract all the ideal clients you'll ever need. I want you guys to really understand how this client magnetic marketing is going to shift and change the way you do business. So again, this has been Darnyelle A. Jervey with your weekly Incredible Factor tip. Tell a friend about this amazing tip so that they too can begin to create marketing that makes them a rock star. I'll see you guys again real soon. Be better, be stronger, and more than anything, be incredible. Take care.